Philippians 4:13. Today, I want to talk about doing things for God. You know, doing things in a way that honors Him and makes a difference in the world around us. It's something that's really important. But sometimes it can feel kind of overwhelming, right? Like, how do you know what God wants us to do? And how can we make a difference in the world in which we live in? Let's break down what the Bible says. I think these verses could give us some pretty awesome guidance. Colossians 3:23. Whatever you do, work out of all your heart, just as you're working for the Lord, not for human masters. This verse is like a pep talk from Apostle Paul, encouraging us to give it our all in everything that we do. Whether it's schoolwork, sports, hobbies, or even helping out around the house. Look, think about it this way. When you're studying for a test, you're not just studying to get a passing grade, but you're studying as if you're studying for the Lord. And when you're playing sports, you're not just giving your all to win the game, but because you want to honor God with your efforts and attitude. Look, my coach always says, I represent the name on the back of my jersey, but I also represent my family. But I say, I don't just represent my family or my school, but I also represent God. And when you're helping around the house, you're doing it with a cheerful heart, knowing that you're serving the Lord by serving your family. This verse reminds us that no matter what we're doing, big or small, we can make it count for something bigger than ourselves. It's about giving it all your best, doing your best, and recognizing that our efforts matter to God. Matthew 25:40. Truly I tell you, whatever you did for the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me. Jesus is basically saying that when we help someone in need, it's like we're doing it directly for Him. Whether it's feeding the hungry, clothing them, or visiting the sick, or even showing kindness to someone who's hurting. Every act of love and compassion that we do, it's like we're doing it directly for Jesus Himself. This verse that reminds us that no matter what we're doing, serving others isn't just a nice thing to do. It's actually a way of showing our love and devotion to God. It's about seeing the needs of those around us and responding with love and generosity, just like Jesus would. So the next time you have the opportunity to help someone in need, whether it's a friend, a family member, or even someone off the street, remember this verse. Know that every act of love and kindness you do is like you're doing it for Jesus Himself. And by serving others with love and compassion, you're not only making a difference in their lives, but you're also honoring God in the process. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. And the final verse that I want to share with you today is Paul is expressing his confidence and trust in God's power to help him overcome any challenge or obstacle that comes his way. He's saying that with Christ's strength, he can handle anything that comes his way. This verse is encouraging because it reminds us that no matter what we do, we don't have to rely on our own strength, but we can rely on Jesus. And we could use His strength to persevere, whether it's facing a difficult test, dealing with a tough situation at home, or navigating through those ups and downs in our lives. And when we trust on Him and rely on His strength, there's nothing that we cannot handle. It's all about trusting in Him and relying on His power to help us do what He has called us to do. As teens, let's take these verses to heart and live our lives in a way that honors Him, whether it's putting our best efforts into everything that we do, taking care of our bodies, serving others, or trusting in God's strength. We can make a difference and bring glory to His name in everything that we do. Thank you.